BJ, what book has influenced you and your clients most this year?
Hmm. I think it's Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. It was such a great book. You?
Oh my God. I
No
picked the same
way.
book. I
You're
picked the same book.
kidding.
Yeah. My clients, I've recommended it at least 10 times to my clients. So,
No way. I just bought another copy at Phoenix Bookstore in Burlington, Vermont. Yeah, it's the best. It's so good.
well, welcome back to another episode of the Best Small Business Podcast. I'm your host, Rich G,
And I'm BJ Flag.
and we're starting a series of podcasts that focus in on key books that you should read to grow your business.
I have to say, Rich, unfortunately, most people don't have time to read. They just don't have time to read an entire book. We hear that about a billion times. So we're going to summarize these books into uh, small business speak. I think you're going to like it.
Yeah, and today we're going to dive into our favorite book, James Clear's best-selling book, Atomic Habits.
Now, if you are running a small business, you know that success does not happen overnight. It's in small, consistent actions, the atomic habits that compound over time can create big results. So, this is going to be good.
Yeah, so today we're going to break down James's book into six key takeaways, specifically tailored for your small business.
We're going to give you like an overview and an action item for each point so that you can implement these strategies immediately. So, let's get right into it. Take it away, Rich.
Okay. Number one, James wants you to focus in on tiny improvements. Clear central message is that small habits can compound over time to produce remarkable results. And for small business owners, this means making tiny improvements in your processes, your customer service, or your marketing efforts. You don't need to overhaul everything immediately. Even a 1% daily improvement can lead to substantial growth over time.
I've got a couple of action items that I think I'd like you to do. Identify a small area of your business where you can make a 1% improvement. So, this is something very minor, but very impactful. It could be your email response time, it could be social media engagement or daily sales calls. So, you see how it can hit any part of your business. Commit to making tiny improvement every day for a month and just track the results and see how you're doing.
See, those are, if you just do that little 1%, that's going to help you. We're not telling you to make huge improvements. 1%, like one sales call, or get on social media and make a little message or something like that.
Right. Follow a couple of people, make some engagement messages to other people. Huge impact. I'm going to take you to number two, which is make habits obvious. In Atomic Habits, Clear discusses the importance of making habits obvious. For a small business, this translates into setting up visible cues that can remind you and your team of these essential tasks. I am a big fan of post-it notes. You'll see me talking about that later. Then I also want you to think of creating triggers that really prompt you to take action. So you're going to see us talking about this even more in other action steps for sure. Rich, give us some.
Well, our action item is set up a visual reminder in your workspace somewhere,
Yeah,
or any type of daily task, like a whiteboard. And I tell my clients all the time, go out and buy a big whiteboard and have it up for your team with key metrics to track, or to put sticky notes with action items on your computer monitor.
we actually painted an entire wall and made it a whiteboard. And you see all these things going on the board. Some of them are triggers for other people, some of them for the entire team. So it gives everybody that ability to look up at the board and get those things done. You can't beat it.
Yeah, and what's funny is these obvious cues that you see every day will keep important habits front and center. You'll
Yeah.
like, let's review all the projects we're working on. Let's review all the clients. I have a Excel spreadsheet up with all of my clients to see, oh, I haven't talked to Steve. Let me call him. Let me give him a
Yeah.
quick call. So it gets you, it makes them very obvious.
Definitely. Rich, give us number three.
Number three is make habits attractive. Okay. Sometimes we look at habits like, oh, geez, I got to do that. Oh, geez, I got to make it attractive. James Clear argues that we are more likely to stick with habits that are enjoyable or even better, rewarding. So in the business world, this could mean making simple mundane tasks more appealing or finding ways to celebrate small wins. And you could
Yeah.
do a whole bunch of different things that can help you make them more attractive. What are some action items, BJ?
I love to pair the task with that you find boring with something that you totally enjoy. Let me give you an example. Like, you need to follow up on all the invoices. Listen to your favorite music while you're doing that, or your podcast. You can also implement a small reward system for your team to celebrate hitting minor milestones. For our sales team, we will always have an item that they really want. And it's something small and that doesn't mean anything. And they will say 50 phone calls, 50 phone calls, somebody wins. And I'm telling you, everybody is just gamified. We love it. We get right into it. It's so silly. It's just this little thing, Rich. I
What's
tell
our
you,
what's the fourth point?
make the habits easy. If you really want somebody to stick to something, reduce the friction associated with starting them. For small businesses, this could mean automating tasks, simplifying processes, or breaking down big goals into small, manageable steps. So you're going to see us kind of break that down a little bit.
So our action items are automate one repetitive task this week, such as scheduling social media posts or sending out appointment reminders, and leveraging tools like Zapier
Mhm.
or Hootsuite or even simple email templates to reduce the effort required. What you want to do is streamline the stuff so you reduce that friction associated with starting them.
Yeah. And I think it takes time. It takes time to identify something that could be considered that 1% type thing, but you could do it. Totally could do it. Rich, take us into number five.
Number five is make habits satisfying. After you've made them attractive and stuff, Clear emphasizes that habits are more likely to become consistent if they are immediately satisfying. Okay, so for small businesses, this could involve getting quick feedback on your progress, which helps maintain momentum. What are some action items we could do with making habits satisfying?
You could implement a daily progress log for key activities. That's a great way to kind of say, oh, I'm seeing everything tick up. This is awesome. For instance, you could track the number of new leads generated by sales close, or sales closed. It's just fantastic what you can do. You also can review the log at the end of each day to see some immediate impact of your efforts and build a sense of accomplishment. Think about those invoices that you had to resend out. You're going to see people paying them. So it really, really is rewarding. I'm hooked on that one, Rich.
So, what's our sixth and final tip that we have today?
The power of identity-based habits. You knew I was going to bring this up. Clear discusses the concept of identity-based habits, which you focus not on what you want to achieve, but on what you want to become. It's heavy duty. This is a really good section to for you to read. Small businesses, what does this mean for them? Well, this means adopting a mindset of a successful entrepreneur. and letting that drive your daily actions. So this is a little bit of a mind game on you and how you are acting. So it's interesting, right, Rich? Let's have some action items.
Well, number one, what we want to do is write down the type of business leader you want to be known as, whether it's the most customer focused or the most innovative or the most resilient. Okay, let this identity shape your decisions and actions. It's a great idea. Develop the philosophy, and then the philosophy influences your actions. Ask yourself daily, what would a customer focused leader do in this situation? And let that guide your habits. So it's coming up with that philosophy and then letting that philosophy guide all of the habits that you do. There you have it. 6 powerful takeaways from Atomic Habits to help you and your small business grow. Remember, big changes start with tiny steps. Implement these action items one at a time and watch how these small improvements compound into significant growth.
So you really got to buy this book. We love it that you could either do it on Audible or you could just call, get on Amazon, get the book. Starting a business library is the best thing you can do. So until next time, keep making those small improvements. And remember, success is built one habit at a time.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with fellow entrepreneurs.
We need you to keep the momentum going. Share this episode on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and TikTok with the hashtag The Best Small Business Show. Let's spread the word and keep this community growing.
Ready to take your business to the next level? Reach out to me, Rich G, at richg.com for top-tier business coaching that drives results. And for all things brand marketing and website design, connect with my fantastic podcast partner, BJ Flagg, at newrenew.com. Let's make your brand unforgettable.
Thanks for tuning in and being the best and fantastic part of our team. If this episode's fired you up, don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe, follow, or share with your fellow entrepreneurs ready to level up. Your support keeps us going and helps us make even more significant impact.
A big shout out to our editor and producer, Richard Scalzo, for making us sound fantastic in every episode. Have an unbelievable week, crush those goals, and we'll catch you the next episode.